Hello, everybody. My name is Roberta, and thank you for joining me here on my YouTube channel. I'm going to be doing a reading here for the week of January 10th to the 16th, 2022. And we're going to be looking at the overall theme, energies of the week, and having a conversation between the divine masculine and the divine feminine. And we want to look at what is the divine masculine and the divine feminine moving through, what's coming up, what are they moving through, what are the gifts, the outcome, and then what would the divine masculine want the divine feminine to know, and what would the divine feminine want the divine masculine to know at this time for this week ahead for January 10th to the 16th. Like all my readings, please take what resonates with you. You will know that within you how that feels. What doesn't resonate, let that go. This is a reading for the collective. And the cards that I use, I always list in the description in the order that I use them in case you ever want to know what they are. And let's get started for the week. First, I just want to do a little clearing. So here we are. We are a few days off of Mercury going retrograde on the 14th, on the Friday. We have entered already a week and a half into this beautiful new year with a 6 energy for the whole year. We're in a 7 energy month, and there's going to be a lot of movement, a lot of things rising, a lot of ahas, but it's also a month that with things retrograde, we have this inquiry to go within and still see what's here and what we want, what we're kind of releasing still from the year that has passed, and think about where we want to go, resorting our energy. That's how it's been feeling. It's like we're in a bit of a period right now that we are resorting through what is processing through us. There's not a lot of big action that's being called yet. There will be come February. We'll have some movement. So I'm curious, does that resonate? Do you feel as though you're kind of still just listening and trying to sort out some energies from the past year as we shifted into this new year? So let's see if we get some guidance here. What the energetic themes for this particular week for the collective. For the collective to January 10th to the 16th. This one first card. Communication is key. Super important right now. Especially, like I said, we are going to be going into the Mercury retrograde, and we are more conscious of communication. We have to think a little bit more, not respond so fast and quickly. We need to listen, slow down. So key is the communication is key is what it says right here. And I think that's important. I'm already hearing it's so important. It's coming up even in the sense of throat chakra opening. How are we nurturing our throat chakra these days? How are we speaking? How are we receiving information? How is that coming through? How are we digesting things? So communication is both ways. It's like how the communication, various things, roots that come into us with communication, and also how we communicate and share and speak out is very important at this time. Assess the situation. This is first quarter moon in Virgo. So assess the situation. So this card goes nicely. This is by the same person. This is her newer deck here, Yasmin. Assess the situation. Getting very much, the especially to go with communication, how we receive and what we put out, we need to sit with something. We need to step into the wisdom that we have within us to assess certain things that are coming in, certain information. We have inspiration. And one last card. Interesting, this card here, inspiration, I'm noticing right away the you know, a light in the dark and what's coming from within, almost spreading outwards. And the other thing I'm noticing, of course, with the card beside here, being in Virgo, we have the symbol here with for Mercury up in the corner there, because Mercury rules in Virgo. And so we have a double thing about communications and the light within us. What's like what's being in the dark and what's been illuminated. Knowing oneself is what I'm hearing. Knowing oneself and the light that's there, not what's outside of you. One more card. We have Night. Be brave and honest. Be brave and honest. Really important during this time. So communication, assess, go within, see what is inspiring within there, within yourself, and be honest, be brave. And I'm hearing be bold, but be steady in self. Even with this picture here of the Knight, it's like, be sure, be in yourself, know who you are, be still, be strong. So we're going to start the conversation between the divine masculine and feminine. We'll start with the divine masculine first here, and we'll have a little communication. What is the divine masculine navigating this week of January 10th to the 16th? What is the divine masculine navigating? Now, of course, when I say the divine masculine, you can take this two ways, depending on whatever resonates, or you take it both ways, as I like to do when I'm receiving or hearing messages that people do for divine masculine, feminine. Divine masculine within yourself. What's the divine masculine in you saying? What's happening there? And your divine feminine, because we have both aspects, but we can also look at that as divine counterparts that holds the divine masculine and feminine. So what is the divine masculine? The things that the divine masculine is navigating, looking through. There's one. They're leaving behind so they can move into more light and balance and a choice ahead. So there's definitely the divine masculine here is definitely letting go and leaving something behind, walking forward to what he truly wants, so that he can move into more illumination, more what is true, more what is light, abundance, gifts, and also choices that can be made. The Two of Wands are these choices. Which one are you ready to set out? So the divine masculine is getting ready to really let go of something so he can bring in more blessings, more light, and have the opportunity to see what's clearly in front of him and what he wants to take, what path. So there's going to be things coming up this week that are going to be challenging him, is what I'm hearing, to support him to do this, to move in this direction. So if there's things that are coming up that you have to make decisions about, what are you letting go of? What do you need to let go of and walk away from? What is abundant? What are gifts that are around you? And what are the choices? What direction? And there is this message here I'm hearing about this need to stop and slow down and to make a choice and decision that will bring beautiful journeys, beautiful abundance, what the heart desires. So the divine feminine, working through this week. Any challenges, any things that will be coming up for her to work through. Move her forward on her path. So we have the Nine of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and Death. So the divine feminine is, there's an ending. There's been a battle. There's many things that have been in her way, obstacles. She's sorting herself through things. And the Knight of Cups is that there is a message, possibly from the divine masculine, coming in this week for her, or within that side of herself, the divine masculine within her. There is a message going to be rushing in for her. Can she receive it though? And it needs to be received. She needs to overcome these obstacles, sort through things. I feel like there's a lot of things that she's been journeying through and trying to sort through, and that there's going to be this message, this aha, this something that's going to come in this week. But it comes the death card here, of something has to let go to be rebirth. This is like the phoenix rising in this beautiful card here. I don't know if you guys can see that. Is that really focusing for you? But what needs to let go? So I feel like this week there's going to be a lot of work actually for the divine feminine, in the sense that she's going to have to navigate through various things that she's been carrying and holding within her, things that can be very fiery within her. She needs to sort through. So I'm hearing, make sure you are asking for clarity, for that support, because there is a message coming in. There is a messenger. There is hope. There is something that will fill you up from your heart, that will help you navigate the emotional aspects of yourself, and that there needs to be a rebirthing. There is a rebirthing that will happen throughout this week. So pretty big. It feels pretty big here for the divine feminine for this week. But always quite exciting, right? When there's that hope, there's light here. Interesting, there's both cards for the divine feminine masculine. The middle cards here is there is a blessing, abundance, of something coming in this week for you. For the divine masculine, it's like this, to give to the clarity and the choice of the two wands here, where the divine feminine gets this rebirthing phoenix, something rising very powerfully from her. A little bit of an echoing kind of coming through here, seeming though the divine masculine is literally choosing to walk away. It's already in the process of letting go, where the divine feminine has some things to navigate through and see to get to this, to receive this message. Let's look at the blessings of this week. What are the gifts through this outcome of this week? What gifts are going to be rising? With gifts, with truth, with clarity, I'm hearing. With gifts, truth, and clarity is arising here for the divine masculine. Wow. Okay, so we get the Magician, the Emperor, and the Three of Pentacles. So we have this, the gifts are like that starting, the empowerment, the claiming, you having certain enlightenment, certain tools, you owning all the gifts and all the things and blessings that you have to start the journey anew. The Emperor, he knows, he's sure, he takes action. He is in charge. He's in his power of being the Emperor. He knows how to navigate in all parts of his kingdom. So it's a sure, clear energy. And then we have the Three of Pentacles with the abundance and the coming together within the physical world, within this, what's tangible, what's in your life, feeling and seeing this in your life. So whatever you're going to be going through, the blessings are very positive in the sense that you're going to be in your medicine, in your magic, knowing who you are, where you're going, what you want, being in charge, and having the abundance of creating something beautiful within your physical life, something that will be felt, tangible, seen, experienced in your life. That's pretty amazing. All right, Divine Feminine. What is her gifts for this week ahead? What's clarity? What is coming through for her as she navigates this week? Three of Cups, so a celebration for the Divine Feminine. The abundance, the overflowing celebration. The the Knight of Pentacles. So she has another messenger. There's an echoing of a messenger, possibly a divine masculine, coming in the tangible physical world with a message. And we have the Wheel of Fortune. Wow. So whatever you're going to be navigating this week, whatever this obstacle, whatever's being shown up, you break through in such a beautiful way. It feels like this week has a really a breakthrough type of energy that's coming in. Celebration, another divine message that's coming in, full of earthly realms, of the Pentacles itself, is of earth, bringing something tangible that you can see and feel in your life, leaving you with the Wheel of Fortune. And just everything coming together, cycles, rhythms, patterns. I feel like you're going to see a lot of synchronicity patterns coming in around you, things coming back, fulfilling you up, that maybe things that have been lost. It's almost like you've come, I'm looking at this particular card, and I actually don't think I've ever drawn this particular card in this deck, and I use it a lot. But what I'm noticing about it, it's cycles on that of the wheel, and there's this clarity. It gets more clear, the wheel in this particular deck. So something that you've been navigating through is becoming more clear for you too. A fortune of understanding something, a clarity. Yeah, this week feels like a really powerful week. There's stuff we're navigating through. It feels like it's a navigation of some stuff that, from this past year. And I feel like there's been a lot we're trying to sort and navigate through. And there's, the cards at the top about communication, how we think, how we receive, seeing what's coming through, the inspiration, being solid in ourselves. And both divine masculine are definitely going through something, but there's these blessings, this turnover for both, and very strong cards coming in. Definitely the divine feminine has got a divine masculine energy coming in this week. One with this message of within that's going to illuminate and help this rebirthing. And this one of something tangible. You might have Lily, a physical person coming into your life this week. With this card here, it could be someone from your past too. And the fact that this card, I'm also noticing, has a very much like Wheel of the Year feel to it in itself. There's something coming back around. And it could be a message, a strong message, or a masculine that's coming back around in your physical world. All right. Wow. It feels like a pretty big week, but an amazing week if we can navigate through this. So I want to do a conversation for what the divine masculine wants the divine feminine to know where they're at. So take this as like what inside you, if you're looking at the divine masculine, what does the divine masculine, what does that part of you want to say and help and support your divine feminine? And you can also be looking at this as a counterparts in your life. What does the divine masculine want to say to the divine feminine in relationship wise? And do 3 cards for that. Divine masculine want the divine feminine to know at this time during the week of January 10th. He gets a star card again, twice now. So there is a victory. He's saying, I'm feeling this victory. There is a victory coming in. I want you to know I'm celebrating. I'm moving. There's something moving in my life. I feel it. I feel something awakening with me. I've been through something. This 6 of Wands is, he's come through something. He knows he has, and he's about to celebrate the journey that he has been on. And there is this pentacle, so the Page of Wands, there is this message, this new hope, this new beginning of passions and new starts. And there's just like his energy is much more light and ready to choose something that brings him more satisfaction, more heart is what I'm hearing, more where he can be in his emotions and honoring himself and what he wants. And he gets the star card, this making a wish feeling here in this particular deck here. What he's wishing on something, he's putting out there, connecting to the universe and the possibilities, the limitless possibilities. His energy is very light, very positive. He's gone through something. He's ready to step through in a different way, and he wants the divine feminine to know that. Let's go to the divine feminine here. What does divine feminine want the divine masculine to know? January 10th to 16th. What does the divine feminine want? Whoa, you got 2 cards flying out. So I'm going to take them because they really flew out. We have and we have another 2. I'm just taking those. Oh my gosh, doubling up here. We have the Hierophant, death again. She got death again. So she's gotten death twice. There is a death for a rebirthing to happen for her. He's got the star. Hierophant, higher wisdom, knowledge, traditions, commitments. She's in something that she's like, I want you to know that I'm reaching higher. I'm in a higher aspect of myself. I'm ready. The divine feminine might also be just ready for new commitments for herself, because that's what the Hierophant kind of brings that about. And also is honoring just like she's been through something. She's been through a death that has risen her up higher into her spiritual self, that she knows herself and she knows more what she wants, is what I'm hearing. And then we get the 5 of Cups. She has left something. She is, she's having to work on making sure she remembers. This is the 5 of Cups here, remembering what is still there, that there is possibilities. There's 2 full cups. There's things that she's had to mourn. And I very much get this mourning, grieving, here. So there, you know, she may need a little bit of the space to grieve what has been let go of, but there is these two full cups standing right there at her back, and a bridge that takes her on to new beginnings. And she gets the star. The star has come up 3 times now in this reading. So there is blessings, there is light, there is this hope, and she feels it. But I can also feel she's moving back and forth with navigating the energetics of knowing and working through a journey, the releasing, the letting go, the grieving, but also knowing she's reaching for this abundance. There's abundance and blessings that has her back, and she wants the divine masculine to know, I hear that she's weaving through some stuff right now, but she has hope. There's movement. He's really ready to go, the divine masculine, the divine feminine. She's weaving a little bit. And I could feel this through her cards too. She's weaving. It's like a yin and yang energy that's moving in and out and cycles, and that for the divine feminine this week. So a little bit of a heavier note for the divine feminine working through, but coming up, moving forward. And he, divine masculine's freaking ready to like burst forward. There's some really big energy I'm hearing and I'm seeing here for the divine masculine this week of January 10th to the 16th. So let's just get a last message for each of them. Let's see what cards here. Right. Remembering the top here, a lot about communication, going within, hearing how you receive it, how you navigate. So whatever you're navigating this week, remember the top note of communications. For the divine masculine, we get the vanishing mirror, ego simulation, sublimation, and the jeweled web, connectivity. Something is totally being broken down, broken apart for the divine masculine to move forward this week. There's something of the old way that is breaking apart. This picture itself, it's got this, this mirror is just shattering on the one side. There's something that is totally letting go of something he thought, he saw, he thought he was. It's being released. Where the divine feminine's got the jeweled web and connectivity. So there's all these new connections, all this new understanding, higher wisdom, collective wisdom, cosmic wisdom is what I'm hearing coming in. She's seeing gems and sparks and various things as she goes through this journey. So to keep going, that there is this connection that's happening there, and there's this new way of thinking and being for the divine masculine. So there's your reading for the week of the 10th to the 16th. I hope you guys enjoyed that. Let me know how it's resonating with you, how your week goes. And until next time.